Lon Seidman asks, what motivates big game collectors? Is it nostalgia or perhaps an appreciation for the medium? So what motivates you as a collector?
I would say a little bit of both, honestly. You know, I feel like today games aren't really being made the way they used to be made. I mean, they're more like, a lot of them being made like blockbuster movies, at least the ones for consoles, I would say. And I'm a console collector, portable game collector with the systems like PSP, stuff like that. I would say that I don't think games are being made like they used to be, and a lot of games aren't going to be that way in the future. That's how I feel about it.
Man, this is a tough one because some consoles I've only recently started collecting, and so I have to kind of ask myself, like, why do I jump into the GameCube all of a sudden, or Super Nintendo, which I didn't have as a kid? It's a couple things for me. For one, I really do believe that games are art. And they employ artists, right? Sound designers and all that stuff. And so part of it for me is that I really feel like this, and I know you feel like this too. When we're out game hunting, it almost feels like we're looking for the last version of, or the last copy of some game. Yeah. Depending on how rare and difficult it is to find.
And another reason for that, because a lot of like developers, when they make games, if it doesn't sell well in the beginning, sometimes those studios close and their games become rare with a quickness.
Yeah, and just because it didn't sell does not mean that it wasn't a good game. It's just that maybe the marketing sucked, or maybe they released it at the end of a life cycle or something. The other thing for me too is that there is nothing like sitting down with the real cartridge or game, with the real system, holding the real controller.
That's what that's one thing what it's all about. There's nothing like having a physical copy. You don't have to download it from anywhere. You just have that copy there with you. It's just.
Don't you feel like if you go to a ROM site and you download a ROM, it's like, it's not the same. You know what I mean?
It's not. And
I'm sitting on a computer, I'm using a mouse or something like that. It's like, it doesn't, it looks different. It's not the same.
It's cool for testing if trying games out, but it's not. It doesn't feel the same. It really doesn't. And that's why I like having physical releases. I'm not really into the digital era. I like having a copy of it.
I get a little bit into the digital for a couple of reasons. One, because some games are only released on it, which sucks, right? If it's a Steam game and they're not going to do a physical release, and I really want to play it, but I don't feel like I own it. I don't include those in my game collection. Because my hard drive dies. Yes, it's attached to my account, but it just doesn't feel real.
And then another thing, what if the servers go down? You can't re-download it again.
Or 10 years from now. Well, another example is like I run into this all the time on iOS and smartphones. Is that some games that I've really enjoyed in the past, they'll update the operating system, and those old games don't work. And they're digital, you know what I mean? And or maybe they've moved on. They're not going to. It's just like there's nothing like, again, having the cartridge in the console.
Very simple, no hassle.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the other thing I would also say is that for me personally, I collect games for my YouTube channel sometimes. So, like for instance, when Kenzie and I were going to do the Mario Hidden Gems video, we had a list of 20 games that we thought were hidden gems, and then we went around looking for the actual game. And it's funny because we would go into retro stores and we would like, do you have a copy of Hotel Mario? And they would look at us like, what? You want that game? And it's like, yes, we do. Because, also, too, on my channel, as you know, I like showing the physical game. And I think that means a lot,
Well, actually, when we did a video one time, and I forgot 2 of the games because they were digital. I have a physical game, so I forgot them. So I'm like,
Yeah. So, all right. Great question. This question was asked by one of my Patreon contributors who also helps support my YouTube channel and videos. I want to thank you very much. In addition to being able to ask me questions like this in a private message board, you also get early access to all of my videos and some other really cool perks. If you're interested in checking that out, please go to patreon.com/MetalJesusRocks.